Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a fun way to support the channel is by leaving a like, by leaving a comment, or by subscribing if you are new here. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. The cryptocurrency news today is incredibly odd across the board. I don't really know where to begin or where to end, if you want to be honest. Basically, for those of you who are not aware, Bitcoin's price has fallen once again below $50,000. I mean, like, it's like a smidge, a literal smidge beneath $50,000. However, a lot of the price news was basically, it's hard to explain. It was just really all over the place, basically talking about where does Bitcoin go from here? How low can Bitcoin go? Is Bitcoin going to fall much further? Because once again, and I will keep repeating this forever and ever and ever, no one actually knows where any of these prices are actually going to go. Not today, not tomorrow, not in 100 days, not in an entire year. It's all hyper speculation for those of you who are completely brand new to the market. It says Bitcoin and Ethereum fall or fail again. Okay, that's kind of harsh. Altcoins trim gains. This one says Bitcoin slides below 50,000 again as crypto market turns red. Obviously, this being the larger of the price news segments. When you look around as to why it happened, there's usually... So the news that we have right now is that allegedly a bunch of derivatives or options that are based off of Bitcoin that are not actually Bitcoin, that are based in US dollars on other platforms that do not trade physical Bitcoin, had a sell-off. And therefore, since they sold off, normal Bitcoin's price had to also sell off as well. Does it make any sense? No, but this is the news that we consistently keep getting. It's the same exact thing many years ago whenever we did not get a Bitcoin ETF. Bitcoin's price would go down, and that was assumed to be the reason why the entire market had to collapse. I still believe personally that something behind the scenes is going on, not joking, where these rich people are trying to do whatever they can to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible. I made a video for it on the other channel, which should be coming out in the next couple of days, because something is definitely afoot. There's far too much Bitcoin accumulation with Bitcoin's price continuously going down, even as we can see on the charts that this actual accumulation is taking place. Besides that, there was very random, weird altcoin price news. It says Cardano breaks down again. Cardano price may slide down to $1 following the downtrend. It's not that Cardano broke down or Cardano is having a downtrend or Cardano is having a bad day. It's Bitcoin. I told you years ago, Bitcoin is the magnet of the market. If Bitcoin goes down 97.8% of the time, the rest of the market will also follow it as well. So yeah, that's all the price news. It's not even anything like detrimental. Like Bitcoin didn't fall down by 18%. It didn't fall down by even 7%. It was like a 2.3% fall down. And the only reason given right now is that people inside of the options markets for Bitcoin, which isn't even holding real Bitcoin, sold off as it's the end of the year. And therefore, that's why Bitcoin fell down. Do you believe it? No, because I also don't believe it. Anyway, yeah. That's all the price news. Nothing more dramatic or weird than that, except for every article is now just talking about like, oh boy, the prices are falling again, because I'm sure it's whales. Like it makes no other sense except for these. Anyway, that's the price news. Wonderful. And yeah, let's move on. In popular news, I don't know what to... The developers of Dogecoin are publishing the coin's first ever roadmap 8 years after its initial launch. In an update posted on the Dogecoin Foundation website, Doge developers say that utility is the key to the meme coin's adoption, leading them to produce 4 new Dogecoin projects. The first project involves the complete overhaul of the website, which would include Dogepedia, a compilation of frequently asked questions about the meme coin. The redesign would be followed by the construction of libdogecoin, okay, a library that would allow anyone to create the... No. If you're watching, Dogepedia sounds a lot better than libdogecoin. That sounds horrendously bad, and it's terrible to say. A library that would allow anyone to create Doge compliant products without needing to know the deeper specifics of crypto functions. Okay. The third project is the creation of a Dogecoin standard, which would lower the difficulty barrier for potential developers and hoping of seeing a rise in the number of developers moving over to Dogecoin. All right. The fourth project is the launch of the Giga Wallet project, which would allow developers to seamlessly integrate Doge transactions into their platform, the same way they would other distinguished payment providers. Okay, so the news basically is a couple of months ago, we saw the actual creator of Dogecoin like officially step away. He's also in the news today. Everyone's kind of going insane because he's announced that I think he only holds, $47,000 worth of Dogecoin. And the idea, I believe the idea of him telling people how much he owns is because people keep believing that he's a billionaire in the Dogecoin space. And he's like, no, I don't own anything, as he has stepped away from the project. And I think people keep giving him and airdropping him coins as well. So anyway, and then on top of that, earlier this year, we had news that Elon Musk had allegedly partnered with the Dogecoin developers to make Dogecoin something else different. I think it's a little weird simply because the entire idea of Dogecoin and many other coins has been for, 8 years just to kind of be a joke. But I wonder if this is futile. The idea of trying to make Dogecoin into something like Ethereum or any other coin and like really actually developing on it. I don't hold Dogecoin myself. But and I ask this in honesty, does anyone who actually holds Dogecoin out there, do you like this idea? Does it annoy you? Because it kind of just makes Dogecoin into every other coin. I think a lot of people got into Dogecoin at the beginning of this year and also last year. Remember the entire like AMC fiasco and GameStop, and people were kind of looking for like an underdog in the market to kind of back that had completely different metrics from the actual other cryptocurrencies, which all do the exact same thing at this point. I told you that years ago as well. They're all the same kind of protocol. They're all based off of the exact same thing. They all have the exact same upgrades. They're all trying to move the proof of stake. They all want staking. They all want a coin burn. They all want NFTs. They all want DeFi. And years ago, they all wanted ICOs. And whatever the next three-letter word is in 2022, they're all going to want the exact same thing. So let's see where this goes. I think Dogecoin developers are going to continue doing it regardless of what I say, because there's a lot of money involved. Don't ever forget that. They're not doing this because they want to make the coin cooler and faster and awesomer for you. There's also billions, hundreds of billions at stake here as well. And then on top of that, it says the Dogecoin Foundation says it's working with Vitalik Buterin to have Dogecoin staking. Like I said before, these coins keep doing the exact same thing. It's not really exciting when they all do the exact same thing and simply have a different name. I'm going to assume, I'm using my psychic powers. Once Dogecoin has staking, they're going to want to move it to proof of stake from proof of work. They're going to want some type of a burn mechanism. What's the other thing? There's always something that always follows. I can't remember. They're going to try and lower the issuance rate of Dogecoin, or have a burn that is equal to or greater than the actual creation of Dogecoin per day. I know it's coming. And then it just kind of, not to be a Debbie Downer, but it's more of a, why do this? Why not make Dogecoin into something else that we couldn't even begin to imagine? Like even years ago, we didn't have staking. We didn't have DAOs. We didn't have decentralized exchanges. We had none of these crazy new things that every single coin has built on top of them. What if they simply made like 5 new things that are like really revolutionary on top of Dogecoin, so people go, that's insane. Like why is no one making new layers to build video games on top of Dogecoin? Why can't Dogecoin be the new Nintendo for the space, where everyone is like, I really want to play games on that because they have such low fees, they have such low so-and-so, and you get paid for actually playing their games. See, doesn't that sound like a little bit more exciting as opposed to doing the exact same thing that every other coin is doing? Because then at that point, Dogecoin is no different from Ethereum or from Cardano or from any other coin that has the exact same things and the same functions. It just simply has a dog picture on it. Anyway, That's the Dogecoin news. So they've made a roadmap. They have made 4 new things that they're trying to do, and they're trying to make Dogecoin staking. Without further ado, let's move on. Also in the news, because this is in the news every single day and it's impossible to get away from it. It says Shiba Inu was the most popular crypto on CoinMarketCap in 2021, surpassing Bitcoin and Dogecoin. Is anyone surprised? No. We had Shiba Inu news every single day, even a lot of times when I was like, okay, let me cool down with the Shiba Inu news. It kept on popping up. There was always something new, dramatic. There was like a new cryptocurrency, I think 3 new cryptocurrency exchange listings per week around the world. People talking about it, people trying to stake it and burn it. And this was happening, and they were like giveaway parties. And what did that recent person just do? There was some like online coordinated coin burn, and they have a new decentralized exchange. And, you know, like these coins are interesting in this way. You know, Shiba Inu didn't come out as a meme coin explicitly. Like they had their decentralized exchange and their coin burn and all these other things already built into the mechanism and were being built on from the beginning. Anyway, I was going to say but it's more like a sure. So yeah, I look forward to see if Shiba Inu is as popular next year. It did pretty well. It had like 7 other clones of Shiba Inu, which I thought was hilarious. There was Baby Shib, there was, I think, Shib Baby, there was Elon Shib, and a bunch of other coins that have actually quite interesting names that I cannot say on this channel. My friend told me one of them. I can say the letters. One of them was SEC coin, and I was like, that's just a lot. So anyway, yeah, Shiba Inu was the most popular crypto, I assume, of the year. It says surpassing Bitcoin and Ether. Not surprising. Yeah, I told you the news today was going to be quite weird because it was really all over the place. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up, also in wow, that's not obvious news. Chinese cryptocurrency investors say that they are continuing to trade their crypto assets on overseas platforms as big exchanges end yuan support. According to the South China Morning Post, Chinese investors in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are finding ways of bypassing restrictions that have effectively outlawed their preferred assets even after Binance and Huobi, 2 major crypto trading platforms, have vowed to purge. Okay. Mainland users. The platform's announcement comes at the end of a rough year for Chinese crypto investors who have seen online communities shut down, pricing websites go dark, and major exchanges suspend services. So the news is, since the government has said no more cryptocurrency trading, people are still crypto trading. They're going against the wishes of the government. Is anyone surprised? No. Something recently that I saw, basically, I'll give it to you this way. At some point today on YouTube, type in like China social media influencers. Oh, what word should I use there? Disappearing? I don't know if that's the correct word to actually use. In this country, currently right now, there is a very heavy crackdown on everything. Everything. From beginning to end. Something is going on, and people have speculations as to what potentially could be happening, but they're trying to make sure that everything that isn't from them is basically gone, even ideals or trends, if you will. So yeah, is it surprising? No, because for years there was no actual ban within the country. So I assume tons of people had enormous amounts of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And I say enormous as like maybe 6 figures at this point as the years have actually gone on. It's actually almost nearly impossible to take your money out of said country. They started this years ago, 2015, 16 or something like that. We've discussed it before, where basically years ago, when people realized that they had a hard time getting their money out of that country, they started simply moving it from their bank account. The country said nope, and changed the restriction to only $50,000 per year that you could move out of the country. This then caused people It's such a lovely story. Then people were actually buying diamonds and pieces of art and shipping it to London and to Canada to be able to sell in those countries and then get their money out of the country as well. The government figured it out. They lowered the amount per year to 10,000 and now keep track of every single thing that's moving. So I assume if a lot of people in that country are trying to get their money out of the country or simply have some type of freedom, they're still trading and or moving their coins to other exchanges or maybe even to friends overseas. We're going to have some movies about this. I mean, listen, the amount of movies that can be made just about the cryptocurrency space are insane. You know for a fact there's some person right now in that country who has made bank, who can't move their money, who's trying to coordinate right now with someone to get their money out of the country, and then they'll do it. And then in like 4 years, we're going to have a movie about it. It's going to be really dramatic. I'm going to watch it. Anyway, that's the people are still trading even though they were told not to trade news because money. Anyway, yeah. Let's move on. I'm not lying. I'm going to watch that movie. Next up in the news, it says Mexico's third richest billionaire has said to invest in Bitcoin and stay away from dollars and euros. He says stay away from the dollar and euro and invest in Bitcoin, calling fiat fake money made of paper and lies. I kind of want to hear him say that. He stressed that central banks are printing more money than ever before. Mexico's third richest person on the planet, Ricardo Salinas Pliego, gave some advice on Friday in a video he posted on Twitter to wish his followers happy holidays. Salinas is the founder and chairman of Grupo Salinas, a group of... sorry, that sounded like something else. A group of companies with interest in telecommunications, media, financial services, and retail stores, according to the Forbes list. He is currently worth $13 billion. For those of you who do not know this man, I think it was the middle of this year. No, it might have even been sometime last year. The third richest person in Mexico announced that he is a Bitcoin follower. He likes Bitcoin. I don't think we know exactly how much Bitcoin he has, but we know that he's really into it. So I guess the news also today, this was relatively popular, that once again, people tend to follow what rich people say. So, you know, that's the fact that a rich person said buy Bitcoin and stay away from paper, you know, of course people are going to be listening to him. But the other part of him, I guess, calling it paper and lies, it made it more popular. I'm not really sure. There's also, do I even have it in here? No, there was some other, there's like really weird, like rich people, like, you got served battles happening like on the street where like, there's like a wave of billionaires who love Bitcoin. And then three more kind of like say, no, we don't like Bitcoin. It's digital and we don't know what it does because we don't have computers or something along those lines. What's this guy's name? Ray something. I don't know. Who mentioned earlier, he thinks that Bitcoin can go a lot higher, but he doesn't think that Bitcoin can go that high because it's mathematically impossible and something else is happening and he doesn't like it and doesn't own any Bitcoin. And I'm like, then why are you talking about Bitcoin? It's kind of like that other guy, Peter Schiff. I'm going to say Schiff. I feel like it's wrong. Whoever the gold guy is, he continues. Have you seen this guy's Twitter? It's the weirdest thing in the entire world. This guy hates Bitcoin. He's been talking bad about Bitcoin for like the past like 2, 3, 4 something 95 years. But every tweet that he tweets is just about Bitcoin. I don't understand the fascination. Like imagine you really hating broccoli and every time you posted on Instagram or Twitter, it was just about like broccoli's full of vitamins, stop eating it. Or broccoli is green and green is the color of grass. Are you eating grass? I don't know. So anyway, yeah, I'm not shocked that someone who owns tons of Bitcoin, assuming, is telling other people to buy Bitcoin because, you know, he has some. Anyway, that's the rich person in Mexico buying Bitcoin. Stay away from paper and lies. And let's move on. Now, here's where the news gets a little bit wonky because it was like a lot of this stuff became popular in the news that I'm going to tell you about. But it's like, why was this a thing? For those of you not looking at the screen, it says winter is coming. Winter's actually already here. Sorry about that. Iran temporarily halts local Bitcoin mining to prevent electrical blackouts. This was, for some reason, popular news. A lot of websites made sure to mention that it was similar to their previous ban. This is not a ban, and even the last time it was not also a ban. Countries are no longer banning anything. That's not how it's actually going. It's cold. So apparently what the issue that they're having right now is that they don't have a lot of electricity in certain provinces. So they're telling people in these provinces, please turn off your, not even please, turn off your Bitcoin mining machines so that we don't have blackouts. For some reason, every single website keeps discussing that it's a ban. Iran's banning it. And I always wonder, my opinion, who these people are working for, because why make sure that you write headlines and or stories that are simply going to try and scare other people in the cryptocurrency market to potentially sell off their coins? It's been happening for years, and I understand that clickbait is more clickbaity and therefore more profitable for news outlets, but stop it, because this was floating around. Is Iran planning a major ban? Will other countries around it follow? What about the UAE? And it's like, no, they need electricity, so they're telling people to stop for a couple of months. That's the news. Anyway, that's that. Moving on. Also in news. A new decentralized autonomous organization, or a DAO, that is a DAO, dubbed Blockbuster DAO, has been formed to raise $5 million and try to acquire Blockbuster. You heard that correct. They said our mission is to liberate Blockbuster and form a DAO to collectively govern the brand as we turn Blockbuster into the first ever film streaming platform and a mainstay of both the Web3 brand and products, but a powerhouse in the future of the film industry. The DAO, which is apparently less than 2 days old, aims to purchase the brand from its current owner, Dish Network, who bought it back in 2011 for that was a big mistake, for $320 million. Imagine going back in time. I'm sure they hate themselves. Can you imagine having spent $320 million on Blockbuster in 2011 and not buying Bitcoin? Sad. And turn it into a decentralized film streaming service. I'm going to work backwards. This sounds amazing. I think it would be super cool if this actually ended up taking place. However, I feel like we need to stop doing things like this. First of all, I'm not a part of this DAO. It's more of a, this is the second time to my knowledge that something like this is popping up. They appear for a day or two. They announce that, remember the last ones who were trying to buy the Constitution? And then they raised like $25-30 million or something like that. Why? Why not use that money for other things that could actually grow the cryptocurrency space? What exactly does one or a community get from buying a piece of paper? Do the 400 members sit in a room looking at the paper behind plexiglass? What do you do with it? The other portion being, I feel like the idea of, now hear me out, of buying Blockbuster for $5 million, I assume it's going to be plus, because I'm pretty sure that Dish Network now knows that a company wants it. And if you're willing to pay 5, you're probably willing to pay 7. If you're willing to pay 7, you're probably willing to pay 9. Why buy Blockbuster? Why not simply make a decentralized streaming platform and name it something else? Do you need the name Blockbuster? The only people who Blockbuster resonates with are older than 35. That's not me joking. That is simply a fact. Walk up to any young person and say, hey, you want to go to Blockbuster? They're going to, I don't know what that is. What do you, it's like Netflix, but it's a physical place. Why not just use Netflix? I feel like a lot of times in the cryptocurrency space, I think people think that they're doing something when they're actually not. liberating Blockbuster? What are you talking about? It's Blockbuster. No one's using it anymore. I think isn't there one left, like in Alaska or something? Like I literally think there's actually one left that's still around. What? Especially now hear me out even further here. Now, this is just logic. This is not financial advice. If you are truly decentralized and autonomous, and there's no figurehead to the actual thing, and it simply, once again, can't be unplugged from a wall, why not just name it Blockbuster? No one? Okay. Anyway, so they're trying to raise $5 million. I told you the news today, I woke up and I was like, what in, like, it has to be one of those, like, something in the air kind of thing, because we had news like this about 3 weeks ago where it was really all over the place. It just didn't make any sense. So I'm not going to even wish them good luck, because this is nonsense. $5 million gets you so many other things that you could actually put towards other projects. Just to close off this thought, remember when there was one cryptocurrency founder and group of people who purchased another website for $100 million, and I was like, no one's even using that website. The average idea is, now hear me out here, if you put $1 million into actual physical apartment property real estate, you can usually guesstimate that you'll receive around $6,000 in per month in rent. That's the actual more so number. That means if you put $10 million into property, you would receive $60,000 per month in rent. That means 100 million is 600,000 per month. Imagine if years ago they had put $100 million into property that could be used for whatever the actual case might have been, and we're receiving 600,000 per month just in rental income per month. How many other projects, coins, and things they could have created with $600,000 per month? But they spent $100 million and it went nowhere. No one's using that coin. No one's using that platform. And no one's even using the original coin anymore. No one's talking about it. I think a lot of the space is very new money. You buying Blockbuster is not going to revolutionize the space. Just call it something else and still make it. Anyway, that's the Blockbuster DAO news. Look at this place. Look, what is it? What is it? What? All right, let's move on. Also, for some reason in the news, why anybody would actually care, Jasmine Technology Solution apparently announced that they were getting into cryptocurrency mining, and their stock went up by 7,000%. Why this is news? Why anybody should actually care? I'm not really sure. This is similar to the end of 2017, once again, where there were tons of people, tons of companies who were simply adding the word blockchain into their name or announcing that they were thinking of getting into Bitcoin, and their stocks also skyrocketed as well, and then went back down to earth, just a couple of months later. So, yeah, apparently this was very important, popular news to a lot of people who really like Jasmine Technology. I'm not really sure. What a weird news day. What? All right. As always, a very special thank you to my, Patreon supporters. Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Jamie Saad, Blockchain Simplified, and let's move on. Chris, Hakeem Wilkins, Empire Queen Staking with Valor, FUDWISER, Mortified, Roman, Gaba, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave, Tony, Ambroski, The Dealer's Den, Red, Plump, Tomato, Umnu, Wishnicki, the letter M, Not Brain, Captain Summing in the Z-Way, Lake Crypto, Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy 655, and Carlos was like, Mobarazi, Joe Shaw Show, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Gole, Lauren De Silva, Quarter Bitty, Bare Bones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Pat Turnoster, Conan, Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolik Banana, Auspicious Agile, and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin Stoyo, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Anima Reader, Bibliophobia, Todd, Mullis, Adam, Graysick, Mohamaroni, Massive Ventures in Thailand, Jared Steiner, Wise 9, Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Damien, Setsuna, Richard III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, I almost choked there. Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller, Hitch Test Every Day, and Kyle Skips Leg Day, Yes to Crypto, Buddy McButtface, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigara Macho Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who is a member of the channel. Thank you to everyone who hit like, has commented, or has subscribed. I do thank thee. At the momento, Bitcoin is currently at, it's falling. It's at $48,990. It is down by 3.5%. Why we dipped, nobody knows. Ethereum is at 3,913. The whole market's in red. It's, no, it's a stable coin. Everything's in red. Anyway, yeah. We'll see by the end of today. Usually it takes about a good 5 or 6 hours to get proper news as to exactly what happened. I assume somebody bought $38 billion worth of Bitcoin and then the price fell. I don't know anymore because no one actually knows. Anyway, yeah. And I'm going to re-announce this. IOTA for some reason is spiking. I'm going to re-announce this. A lot of people since around May were saying that they were waiting for a dip so that they could buy more. I hope you dipped yourself crazy and bought as much as you wanted, because here's the opportunity. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.